Rocks D Xebec got demon reversed by Im Sama, so the spoilers have finally come out for the upcoming chapter 1163, and the title of this upcoming chapter is said to be Promise. The first information says that Imu has already faced Sebek, where Imu supposedly addressed Sebek as Davy Jones, and Sebek replied that he is not Davy Jones. If you remember in chapter 1155, during their first encounter, Sebek threatened Imu, saying that he would come back for him, and it looks like this is the day he was talking about. Imu's way of addressing Sebek as Davy Jones is said to be a reference to Sebek's claim about Harald in chapter 1159, where he said that he came from the Davy Clan and that Davy Jones is his ancestor. In the next piece of information, it's said that Sebek mentioned a promise that must be fulfilled. There's not much context in Sebek's statement, but I assume it's related to the promise made by his ancestor, Davy Jones. If you remember, Joy Boy also mentioned a promise at Fishman Island. Could it be that they are the same person? Anyway, if in the last chapter we saw the trio, Sebek, Whitebeard, and Kaido, this time it said that Big Mom has joined them. They all attacked together until the scene suddenly shifted to the Roger Pirates. Still, other members of the Roger Pirates are said to be facing the Rocks Pirates, but the Rocks Pirates themselves are reportedly fighting each other. Yes, guys, just like Captain John, who's said to be attacking Gunsui, as expected from a broken pirate crew, they're already starting to fight amongst themselves. I actually expect that at some point, the supposed rivals Shiki and Silver Axe will also clash. There was even foreshadowing of this back in chapter 1157. The next spoiler information says that during the attack of Kaido, Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Sebek, Roger and Garp also joined in. All 6 of them supposedly attacked Imu at the same time. There's even additional info saying that we'll see an epic double-page spread showing their attacks, and as expected, it's said that Imu recovered easily from the 6 powerful attacks he received. This part of the spoilers is what I'm most excited to see in the actual chapter, that massive attack unleashed by 6 of the most powerful characters we know. Since moments like this are rare, I'm also curious about what kind of attacks they'll use, because if these 6 felt that Imu was too dangerous, then they would surely use their strongest attacks. So I'm wondering what those ultimate attacks could be. For those asking why Garp joined forces with the pirates during the attack, you saw in the last chapter how disappointed he was when he found out that the celestial dragons at God Valley were just killing innocent civilians. You could clearly see the rage in his expression. That's why, when he felt the presence of Imu, someone immensely powerful, he would naturally direct all his anger toward him. Also, Garp has no idea about Imu's existence. How would he know that Imu is the king of the world or that he's part of the world government, right? So it makes total sense for Garp to attack someone he senses as dangerous. And for the final spoiler information, it's said that at the end of the upcoming chapter 1163, Imu demon reverses Sebek, similar to what he did to Brogy and Dory, where he even ordered Sebek to kill his own family. With this information, it confirms our theory about the possible demon reverse of Imu on Sebek, which obviously everyone already predicted. Since this is the only logical way to support what Sengoku said about Roger and Garp working together to take down Xebec, because based on the flow of Sebek's flashback, there was no trace of evil in him. Every move he made was connected to toppling the world government, meaning he was a pirate whose goal was similar to that of the Revolutionary Army. Even when he encountered Roger in his base at Hachinosu, he didn't care about him. And when King Harald mentioned Garp, Sebek even praised him, meaning Sebek had no grudge against Roger and Garp, so it's impossible that they truly fought at God Valley. That's why this idea of Imu demon reversing Sebek makes sense, and because of this confirmation, it's likely also the answer to that scene from 14 years ago, the one showing the attack of Elbaf's soldiers on King Harald. It's likely that, just like his best friend Xebec, who was demon reversed by Imu, the same thing happened to Harald. This is the reason Loki had no choice but to kill his own father. Loki was torn between letting his father, who was in demon form, leave the castle and massacre many giants, or giving him honor as Elbaf's king and ending his life himself. He'd rather be seen as the villain in the eyes of the giants than let them think their great king, who sacrificed so much to improve Elbaf, was the true monster. Anyway, going back to Sebek's case of being demon reversed by Imu, if you think about it, that ability is extremely overpowered. Hopefully, Oda will explain the limitations of this power, because if Imu can transform anyone into a demon at any time, then what about the current situation of the Straw Hat Pirates in Elbaf? Is it possible that Imu could demon reverse some of them too? Could he even use it on Loki? I really hope we get more info about the limitations of this ability, so we'll know how Luffy and the others can find a way to defeat Imu, who is now their enemy in Elbaf. So that's our short spoiler review for the upcoming chapter, 1163. Just wait for the full chapter, because it will surely be even more exciting once we see all these scenes and panels confirmed. So that's it. Peace!